Hey everybody, this is Mr. Morel, and what we're going to do here in this video is we're going to take everything we've talked about all unit long and we're going to put it all together into one worksheet, kind of. In this video, we're basically going to have to compare some linear regression and some exponential regression and pick which one best models the data, which one is a better predictor. Is it going to be a curvy line or is it going to be a straight line? So, let's look at this level 1 question. I put all of my data into my calculator, and I looked up both the linear regression and the exponential regression. And what you're going to see is are the two different screens that I got for that. So, question 1, what linear equation best represents the data that's in the calculator? Well, we know it's going to be y equals blank x plus blank because it's linear. We're going to plug in our a and our b. A is negative 0.87 if I round it, and B is going to be 9.67 if I round that. Our exponential one is going to be y equals blank times blank to the x power. My A number is going to be 11.85. My B number is going to be 0.83. Then question 3 says the equation that best represents the data is the one with the correlation coefficient farthest away from 0. So in other words, that's going to be the one closest to either positive 1 or negative 1. So we need to compare the correlation coefficients. The linear correlation coefficient is negative 0.99 if we round it. The exponential one is negative 0.77. So the one that is farthest away from 0, closest to either negative or positive 1, is going to be the linear one. So the linear equation would best represent the data that we were given and put into our calculators. Alright, so question 2 wants you to type some data into your calculators as well as to graph it. So remember that these are going to be your x numbers and your y numbers. You would type this list into L1, this list into L2, making sure that you're careful that your numbers are matched up perfectly. Question 4 wants you to create a scatter plot, so take a second and you put dots on the graph. Question 5 is going to ask you to identify the independent variable. Remember, that's the one you find along the x-axis. Question 6 wants you to find the dependent variable. Remember, that's the one on the y-axis. And then, after that, you need to fill in this table. So what you'll want to do is go through the process to figure out the linear regression. Okay? So you're going to write the equation, write the correlation coefficient. You need to describe it using 2 words. Remember, correlation is always described with 2 words unless it's just no correlation. And then you're going to estimate how many sales with 25 clients by plugging a 25 into the x of your equation that you wrote up here. And then you're going to do the same thing with the exponential regression. You need to type the data. You'll have the data typed in already. So then you just go through the process to find the exponential equation. Look at that correlation coefficient. Write 2 words that describe that correlation. Use the equation to estimate how much your sales would be with 25 clients according to that. Then you want to compare your 2 correlation coefficients, figure out which one is the farthest away from 1. What? The one that's closest to 1 or negative 1. Farthest away from 0, I'm sorry. And that will be the equation that is the best model for your data. In other words, it's going to be your best predictor of sales. Okay? So if you need to, pause this video really quickly, answer those questions. I know I didn't really answer them for you, but I tried to give you a lot of help. And then you can come back and unpause it. So for these questions on the backside, it's going to be the exact same process that we just barely went through. Okay, same exact idea. Alright, and then level 3 questions is also the same idea. We're looking at McDonald's menu and comparing how many grams of fat there are to how many calories are in their sandwiches. Okay, so what you'll need to do is you'll need to look at both the linear correlation coefficient and the exponential correlation coefficient. Decide which one of those two equations is best, and you're going to write that equation here for question 16. Then using that equation, the one that you decided was the best, you want to figure out how many calories their new sandwich is going to have if it has 26 grams of fat. Okay? Cool. Then level 4 had you referring back to data you collected back in homework assignment 9.2. Now notice, if you watch this video and if you're reading the instructions, as well as you should, then you're going to notice this sentence right here, that you need to find your homework assignment 9.2 and you're going to attach it to this assignment, so that when I look at your data here on these level 4 questions, I can compare it with the data you collected, see how well it relates to your equations and things like that. Alright, that's the last video of this unit. I'm sorry I didn't spend a ton of time giving you answers in these videos. That's just because the calculators will give you the answers. I just wanted to help you know what you needed to type in the calculators. If you have any more questions, please come and see me. I'm more than happy to help you out, and we will talk later. Okay, bye.